Good morning, everyone. Back to Fatty Fridays, and this is a typical breakfast for a Saturday. I have Dempster's. Unfortunately, it's white bread because when I was away, Mother bought me groceries and she bought me white bread. I typically would have the whole wheat or whole grain bread. This is, how many calories per slice? 180 calories for 2 slices. But the nutritional value isn't the best, but I'm not going to go throwing the bread away. So I'm having 1 slice of bread in the toaster. There it is. I'm having my coffee, and I'm currently doing the Lavazza campaign. So I today made myself the Grand Aroma, and I'm using the beautiful mug that I received from Petite Pear in our swap. So I just pretty much have a little bit of 2% or 1% milk with my coffee. And then, over here, I'm cooking myself 2 eggs. And each egg is about 100 calories, so that's 200 calories plus another 100, more or less, for the bread. So it's a 300-calorie breakfast. I don't use butter when I fry my eggs. I just use Pam with a little bit of paprika, salt, and pepper. And that will suffice as my breakfast for this morning. Oh, and here comes the bread. And it's a little well done. My settings must be on high right now, but I will keep the bread dry and then put the egg on top, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all complete. Okay, I'm going to try to turn these over without smushing them. Uh-oh, there we go. It's not going to work. You're going to give me a hard time today, aren't you? There we go, there's one. See if we can do the other. Can she do it, folks? And eggs are a good source of protein, but you have to watch. You can't eat too much or else they're not good for your cholesterol. Not that I have high cholesterol yet, but And I like mine well done. So I've put the toast onto the plate, my little Paris plate. And then I'm going to place my eggs on top of the toast, like that. And that is how I'm going to have my morning eggs and toast for breakfast. So again, you're looking at about a 300-calorie breakfast. Okay, so typical lunch that I would bring, breakfast and lunch. This is going to give you an example of what to prepare for your lunch and for breakfast, for on the go. For work especially, I'm brewing myself a cup of coffee to take to work. And then for my breakfast, I have, this is half a cup of cottage cheese. And then I'm going to slice up my banana in the cottage cheese, so that would be breakfast. And then with my cup of coffee. Then for lunch, I have an English muffin that's about 120 calories. The banana is 100 calories. The cottage cheese is 100 calories. So that would be 200 calories for breakfast. For lunch, I have tuna, and inside the tuna, let's see if I can open this up for you guys. Inside the tuna, there is onion and lettuce. So I'm eating that, and this is half a can of tuna with a little bit of mayonnaise. So this will probably be about 100 calories with the mayonnaise and the tuna. And then 120 calories for the English muffin. And then I will also bring a fruit. I think I'm going to bring a grapefruit. And then for an afternoon snack, I have these eally 15 protein bar. And this one here has 15 grams of protein, 19 grams of vitamins and minerals, and 8 grams of B vitamins, or 8 B vitamins, 19 vitamins and minerals, and 15 grams of protein. This is one that my boyfriend recommended to have, and it has how many calories in this baby? I'll tell you right now. 2 200 calories, and 50 of those calories are from fat. If you are looking to see what kind of points that you get for this for Weight Watchers, this is a 6 points right here for this protein bar. But you should have something every few hours just to keep your hunger at bay. And I find that in the afternoon I'm super hungry, so this would be a really good option. And I'm also going to bring some baby carrots as well. So this is what a typical lunch for work, lunch and breakfast for work would be. All right, so we are going to make some shrimp stir fry today. And I'm going to make a big batch so that I have it for a couple of days. What you're going to need is some organic virgin coconut oil. You're going to need some minced garlic, a wok, peeled deveined shrimp, broccoli, asparagus, sliced or julienned peppers, onions. And these are the vegetables that I like with my shrimp stir fry. You can change it up to make however you like it. Then we're going to go over here, and these are the spices. I have this Italian mix, which is parsley, oregano, cilantro. My mother grows her own spices in her garden, and then she dries it. So I have that. I have some red chili peppers. I have black pepper, some salt, garlic powder, and onion powder. So you're going to start off with about a tablespoon of the coconut oil in the wok, and you're going to let that melt. Okay, so now our garlic is going to saute, and I'm going to throw in the onions actually first. We're going to brown up the onions. Okay, now I don't know if you can tell, but they are pretty translucent here. You don't want to fully cook them because they're going to be cooking throughout the process. It smells so good right now. So we're going to throw in our shrimp and let these cook. And then I take these out because I don't like my shrimp overcooked. So once they're cooked, I will take them out and then start cooking my vegetables. But I like to cook these so that they get the flavor of the garlic and the onions. And you know when shrimp are cooked, because right now they're gray in color, but when they start to cook, they turn pink. See, you can see that some of them are starting to cook. Okay, so you can see that the shrimp are pretty much almost cooked. They're still raw a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to take them out while they're half cooked. So that way when I put them back in and I'm mixing them in with the vegetables, they can finish cooking. Again, the big point here when you're doing a stir fry that includes shrimp, you don't want to overcook these babies because then they become really hard and tasteless. So I'm going to remove those and then add my my asparagus, my broccoli, and my peppers, and I'm going to throw those all in here so that they can saute, and I'm going to put the lid in it so that all of the steam will cook the vegetables. Okay, so I've added my vegetables, and now I'm just mixing them in with the onions. And this is a good time to add any of your seasonings and spices if you'd like. And then also, another thing that you can actually add is some soy sauce. And I'm adding the low sodium soy sauce because I don't like salty stuff. So I'm going to add the soy sauce. Just add a little bit of pepper. Some salt, and powder, garlic powder. Some of my mother's Italian spice. And that's what this looks like right there. And some red pepper flakes. Just a pinch of that. It depends on the heat that you want. I'm going to add a little bit of that in there too. So now you just mix all that together. Now if you find that it's a little dry, you can add a little bit of water, and that's what I'm going to do, is just add about a quarter cup of water in here just to help everything steam and cook. And then I'm going to put the lid on here so that all my vegetables will steam up. It looks really nice and colorful. I love the colors in this stir fry, and it's so tasty. Okay, so here's the finished product. You have a healthy stir fry made with shrimp, asparagus, broccoli, and onions and peppers. And this pretty much would be about I'm going to say about a 350 calorie meal. Might not even be that much because shrimp are very low in cal. And the portion that I have is not too huge. So you can, I would say this is about 6 points with Weight Watchers. 6 to 8 points, depending on what you put in it. And as you can see, I don't have any rice or noodles or anything like that. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you try it out, I hope it turns out good. So, bon appetit!